The cat is finally out the bag with the latest Starfield reveal, giving the Cockney Gamer gang a glimpse of what to expect when the game releases later next year. Now you'll find a ton of videos analysing the gameplay, but Reggie here actually had an intervention type moment watching that 12-minute showcase, which was simply this: I ain't as hard for Star Citizen as I once was. And before you Star Citizen fanboys throw your toys out the pram and cry to your mummy, recognise that Reggie here is a backer of Star Citizen and has played it for many years. So why do I think Starfield has given us Star Citizen fans something to think about? Well, get yourself a little beer and let's have a chat. Now, if it ain't obvious, everything here is speculation. My word is no bigger or better than your bloody word. So put down your torches and open your mind to the discussion at hand. Now, first of all, let's start with the most obvious point above everything else, which is Starfield is not trying to be Star Citizen. They are very different games, people. One is a massive multiplayer online role-playing game space bloody extravaganza, and the other is the bastard child of No Man's Sky meets Skyrim. Likewise, there is definitely room for both titles to exist peacefully. You'd aptly play both. So why is it then that Reggie believes Star Citizen has a bloody nose after this gameplay reveal? Well, to put simply, we have been promised by the Star Citizen overlords a rich world of spaceflight, planetary exploration, incredible graphical effects. We've been promised for 10 years now a universe that has a multitude of new and exciting, never done before mechanics, like owning a ship that you can walk around and then land anywhere on any planet you come across, in a rich star system providing literally thousands of different locations. We've been promised upgrades to ships and weapons, mods and various missions, which by the way are already implemented, albeit in a very early stage. However, in that time, people, I've been married, had a kid, got divorced and remarried again. Star Citizen was a pretty mind-blowing reveal 10 years ago, but knowing that Star Citizen developers are now creating things like deformable bed sheets, and you have to start questioning Star Citizen's priorities and ask them to stop having so many Tommy tanks and get moving. And this is really where my comparison begins with Starfield, because you'll start to see that Starfield has all of those things that I just mentioned, and in some cases even more. So we really are at a crossroads here, people, where Starfield's impending release is breathing down the neck of what Star Citizen is offering, and its fans, the Star Citizen fans that is, they need to take a long hard look at what the project now is and what the bloody hell has been going on when elements of Starfield appear to offer so much more in return. Star Citizen is at risk of losing the more casual fans if their spaceflight fetish is quenched by Starfield. I've got no issues that the loyal fan base will always continue supporting Star Citizen, and I'm one of them. I'm talking about average Joe Smith on the bloody streets who goes home to his wife every day. Is he going to give a shit about Star Citizen when the Starfield is looking as good as it is? So let's take a look at what some of those elements might be. Star Citizen's planetary tech is nothing short of wow, and it will leave you a little wet in your pants. Even now you'll be left amazed as you traverse the 13 or so planets that is on offer. Rock formations, atmospheric conditions such as cloud and rain, a day and night cycle, and the sheer expanse of the whole universe. It just blows you away. The first time you step off your ship in Star Citizen is truly one of those great gaming moments, up there with the very best on offer, and one that everyone should experience. And yet we hear that Starfield will have 1,000 planets to explore and land on in any location of your choosing. Now clearly we do not expect there to be the same detail as Star Citizen when it comes to the handcrafted elements, but people, here's the thing: if Starfield is able to pull off, say, I don't know, 10 planets that are handcrafted with the remainder having decent procedural generation, then the tech of Star Citizen is starting to show some creaks. Star Citizen was way ahead of games like Elite Dangerous when it came to its planetary tech, and given the investment difference, that makes sense. And whilst No Man's Sky has certainly turned it around and is highly respected in the space sim genre, its own planetary technology still doesn't have that same fidelity of Star Citizen. So really, Star Citizen's only competitor here is Starfield. And let's not forget what the amazing modding community is going to do with this game. I'm expecting whole brand new star systems to come with handcrafted features, giving Starfield real longevity. Out of the two, it's Starfield that is currently making me wettest. Next comes the ships. Now, whatever your views are of Star Citizen and what you think of the so-called backers, you cannot deny that the ships have been nothing short of mind-blowing. Now, I am actually part of the problem here. To those of you in particular who might hate Star Citizen, because old Muppet here, he spent $115 of his own bloody money buying the Cutlass Black ship, and I became a fully fledged backer. Now, I didn't buy it because I wanted a half decent ship. They are easy enough to farm in the game, free of course. No, instead I did it because I bought into the vision of what Star Citizen strives for, and the fidelity and detail of those ships is a big turn on for me. It's a project that is as much fan made as it is developer made, and I'm actually proud to support the projects at hand. However, people, I cannot deny that Starfield has just given Star Citizen a Will Smith style public slap in this particular area, because they're promising fully customizable ships that you create and staff with your own bloody crew. A ship that has full interiors that you can then fly about and shoot shit down, along with what appears to be a fully fleshed out flight systems that we've become accustomed to in Star Citizen, such as docking, power levels and ship stats. Me and Johnny Two Shoes are already getting excited at becoming proper pirates here. Now, at first glance, I think the ships look pretty decent in Starfield, perhaps not up to the standard of Star Citizen, but again, you just know the modding community is going to come up with something spectacular in due course. The fact that ships can be walked around in and fly anywhere is going to be another wow moment of gaming, and one that Star Citizen can no longer claim to take the lead on. Now, I've mentioned that the games are very different, and quite rightly so. Comparisons on story are not fair. Many of you are going to just view this video as clickbaity and dismiss it and probably call me an asshole in the comments, and all fair play to you people. However, there is one key factor that we are forgetting, and that is that I paid money for Squadron 42, which is the standalone single player element in Star Citizen. Now, that's been in development for bloody years, people, and we've seen nothing of it. I tell you something, boys and girls, Frank the Mank once did that to me, and let's just say he got a little slap for it. In comparison, Starfield has a fleshed out campaign with full on gunplay and facial animations, with it all being fully voice acted. Now, the gunplay itself didn't look amazing, I can't deny that, but it certainly didn't look bad, and certainly no worse than what Star Citizen has. When Squadron 42 is released, we can have a proper analysis of it, of course, but the reason another blow has been dealt here is that Star Citizen has very little to hide behind at this point as to the lack of single player campaign, when Starfield has managed to create a Skyrim sized campaign with a universe that competes with Star Citizen. I haven't even touched upon the robust character creation, in addition to the huge planetary bases that you get to build in Starfield, and also Staff Up, which is going to add a huge amount of personality and immersion to everyone's game. It's at this point though, when I watched this video, that I knew that Starfield was going to offer something incredible, and something that even Star Citizen has not yet provided. It's way too early to compare graphical features, of course, for either game, as both are still in development, but Star Citizen has a hold over me. You see, the nicest planets of Elite Dangerous, all the most spectacular vistas of No Man's Sky, they cannot match the sheer vibrancy of what Star Citizen has. The way you would have to take a train from the city to the launch pad just blew me away in Star Citizen. However, the gameplay reveal of Starfield and the graphical fidelity on display, I'm really struggling to hold that same kind of affection for Star Citizen. And do yourself a favour, people, because after watching this video and subscribing like proper gang members, go to the bloody YouTube channel with the 4K trailer to truly get an idea of how it all looks. The city of Atlantis, as an example, is just as good as anything in Star Citizen. The world looks alive with fauna, with creatures roaming about having a proper laugh, an intricate little cave system to do mining. These are all things that you find in Star Citizen, of course. Now, I don't know if we're going to have a real world day-night cycle that you get in Star Citizen, but the bottom left compass of the HUD suggests there is indeed some kind of shadow covering the planet. My guess here is that the graphic prowess needed to run Starfield puts it already in the 4080 RTX style cards, and I'd be amazed if this was all running natively on Xbox. But time will tell, of course. I already have Johnny on the case to secure me one of those new cards. So Starfield then, I don't think it's going to do anything new. Instead, I think it's taking the best features of Star Citizen, Elite Dangerous and No Man's Sky and mashing them all together, throwing a structure of a Fallout or Skyrim type campaign, and Starfield has all the ingredients to take the space sim crown and then some, especially once the modding support kicks in. What the reveal did do, however, is shine a torch on Star Citizen for us to have a proper inspection, because here we have a game worthy as a competitor. Star Citizen's wow moments are starting to look dated in comparison, and the slow progress of development means Starfield will likely be modded, have DLC, or be divorced and remarried all over again before we ever see Star Citizen getting released. And that's not to say that Star Citizen is bad, people, because it's bloody not. It's excellent. It continues to take up a lot of my time. It has a huge amount going for it, and as mentioned, this is a simulator trying to do something very, very different to Starfield. But when you analyse some of its biggest features, such as its unique ships, its planetary tech, or the non-existent single player campaign in the form of Squadron 42, you really do start to see the cracks appearing and the sheen coming away. And that's because there was never a competitor for Star Citizen, unlike now. Now, I'm still a defender of what Star Citizen is and what it wants to be, but even I cannot deny that Starfield has just given it a bloody nose, and perhaps that is what is needed. Anyway, you boys and girls have a lovely day, and I'll chat to you all soon. Reggie out.